Hey all, Cecil here. So quick demo of the showcase build that I've released. So when you extract the zip files, you'll end up with a folder structure like this. I've hidden all the files by default other than the readme and the launcher track mode.exe. So read the readme obviously, but just load through the launcher track mode.exe. That'll do a couple of extra things than what you would get normally from loading a track mode. So normally you would load a track mode with a track plus.exe, but because we have created a bunch of tools that do different things throughout the build, we're running them up front before we load into a track mode to enable us to do stuff like new game detection and Microsoft Game Pass syncing. So I'll load up this launcher track mode.exe and I'll briefly pause while I'll adjust the sound, so the sound will come in quite loud. You won't hear me be able to talk, so I'll just adjust that quickly. So at the start, this will take a wee while. You see a bunch of console windows spawn. This is just the tools that run up front doing certain things. The initial launch might feel like it's hanged or it's not doing anything, but don't worry, it is working away in the background. Then it'll load in the intro screen. Let's just adjust the sound quickly. Right, cool. So yeah, we launch in the main menu. So pretty bog standard stuff that you get from most systems here. So like your arcades, consoles, computer collections and handhelds. Then we get the more interesting stuff that's pretty bespoke. So like Microsoft Game Pass feature here, which syncs all the Microsoft Game Pass games into your front end. So the minute a new game's added, it'll appear here. If a game's removed from the Game Pass, it'll be removed here. So this doesn't show desktop only games or console only games. It's purely the cloud play games, so the ones that use the cloud play feature. The reason behind that is we don't want to have to install a game every time we want to run it. We obviously can't load the console games because we're on a PC, but what we can do is we can play them through the browser. So we launch Ultra Portable whenever we load a game. So if we were to pick one of these and execute it, it would load up Ultra Portable, and the first time that loads, you want to log into Game Pass, and then the next time you try and load up a game, it will know you're already logged in. But you'll see a wee cloud play button appear, and you can just press that using your controller, and you'll start playing the game through the browser. So yeah, really cool. Also, as you can see here, every single game in the Game Pass just appears. We pull all this data in dynamically, so it's just all automatic. They don't share videos on their metadata, so to get around that, we're pulling in free screenshots. So yeah, pretty cool. If we use the Y button, we load up the mega menu. So this is used all throughout the build, so we can press Y button in the majority of the systems. So I think only collections and magazines we don't use it, but yeah, it's a really cool feature. So any genres that are applied, we can filter into those types of genres. So if we want to look at board games, if we want to look at our favourites, or if we want to look like a certain series. So yeah, quite cool. And these like additional ones here, like the actual game icons, you can change this through the track config file. As long as you add in your own new graphic here and set up the filter names, these will just appear. Yeah, quite cool. Top rated as well, so we can see the highest rated games. We can search for a game too. We can pick a random game. We can add it to favourites as well. The menu adapts depending where it's used on build, so you'll see further on there's additional features of that menu that are here. So yeah, pretty cool. Magazines, So yeah, this is less common in people's front ends, but yeah, you'll see later on my take on it. Collectables, don't think I've seen this many front ends yet, so in the future we'll have a whole bunch of collectables in here. Just now there's only the one, so I wrote a wee scraper tool to pull in all the Amiibo data and basically just cycle through, see what games certain Amiibos have been used on, and a wee bit of details about each of those games and how the Amiibo's used on it. The Amiibo's name, its graphics and its release year and stuff, so yeah, quite nice. And obviously in the background here you'll see this quite common throughout the build. It's all nostalgic room themed, so everything's trying to give that like vibe of that like genre or era of whenever consoles or systems were released. Last played, so whenever you play a game it'll appear here, so the video that's shown in the background here, this will update to show the last played game. So if I go and run a game just now and then come back here, the video will change. Likewise, new games, if a new game's added into the system, the next time you launch a track mode, it will detect the differences of any new games that have been added in, and it will show them here, so it will show up to 20 new games that have been added. So if we go here, you'll see that the latest game that added was that Elden Night Rain, which shows us the video, so the video will update in the menu as well. And then just going through and you can see all the ones I've added. So as you can see, I'm quite PC heavy, so the majority of my games are PC that have been added. But if a game's added on the Xbox Game Pass as well, it will show up here, so when a new Xbox game's added, we'll see that come under all the new games section. All games menu as well. If you want to view your favourites across all systems, go into all games, press the Y button to get the mega menu, and you'll see a favourites option here, so that's a really handy way of viewing all your favourites. Your genres and your stats, so we'll go into genres later, there's quite a lot in it. Stats will quickly show, so your total playtime for all your games. At the bottom you'll see like the total games, how many unplayed games from that number, so as you can see here there's a whole raft of games I've not played. Most played favourite system, so this is a grid menu. You can pick these, so Master of Rhyme is my most played game, my favourite system is Windows, so I could click that and it would take me into the Windows system. At the very top middle you'll see you get a badge and achievements unlocked with 3 stars on it, so like achievements are based on playtime, so the more you play the more achievements you unlock. There's a maximum of 5 achievements. I think after a month's worth of playtime you get the ultimate badge. But yeah, it's quite cool. You can reset your playtime as well, so let's have a wee look. If you go into stats, just select all here, press delete in the stats folder. The next time you load up a track mode, that will just treat it as a 0 playtime, so all that will reset and it'll show us like 0 days, 0 hours, 0 minutes, and all your stats should update as well. Alright, so let's see, we'll show off consoles first. So let's go to the very start. So yeah, this was one that Tankman had done for me originally, so he helped quite a lot in this build. Great guy. So he made this theme too for us, and I've added a couple of wee things since then, so yeah, really cool layout. I've added in like accessories, so you can see here that's a Star Path supercharger game, so we show the cassette and like the played animation of the cassette here. Let's jump back to theme 1, and if we go into the menu, you'll see here like there's the game line accessory as well, so there's only ever one unique game for game line, so that's the only game that we show here, Save the Whales. So yeah, quite cool. On the mega menu as well, if if there's a game manual available, it'll show the wee Pac-Man icon. If a game manual isn't available, you'll get like the wee X here, so which means you can't load it essentially. So yeah, let's just load up the game manuals. So yeah, quite cool. You can load up top selling games as well, so this is all interactable. So if you were to click Pac-Man, it would load the Pac-Man game. Obviously it doesn't in Showcase build because we don't use real ROMs in the background, so if you want to add your own games to this, feel free in your own emulators, but for the Showcase build we aren't doing that at all. We can go into system details as well, and then we get all the details for that system. So yeah, a trip down nostalgia lane. I'm a history buff, so I absolutely love this stuff. You can see all the devices. It loads up videos too, so some of these are videos. So yeah, a nice wee trip down nostalgia. Lee stick, it's the most weird looking accessory ever. We can see commercials as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Atari 5200. Again, all your game manuals and your system details, your top sellers. You can also press the X button and that will give you the meta details for each game, so if you want to see like the story details and see the box art for it, the cartridge art. So yeah, really cool. Again, we can see what genres are available, so if you only want to see sports games, so SG-1000. So again, using the mega menu, if there's themes available, we can see those themes, so this one we can just change the wall colours, but yeah, still pretty cool. Nintendo Entertainment System. This one's got a bunch of themes as well. It's got your system details, your game manuals. We've also got here related systems, so where there's related systems, we can quickly swap between those systems just using the mega menu. Oh. Spotted the wee bug there. So yeah, pretty cool. We can switch between the themes as well. This is my favourite for Nintendo. Master System, one of my favourite consoles ever. And this animates the carts and the cards. Pretty cool. There's a Kid Blanca theme that I recently added as well. Again, all the system details and that here as well. Game manuals, top sellers. Atari 7800. Sega Genesis. Or Mega Drive, depending what region you are from. So again, details, top sellers, related systems, all your filters. That's one of my favourite layouts. Super Nintendo. This is a loft theme. I didn't write like the original theme that I did for Super Nintendo, so I later replaced it with this loft theme, but we can still go into the original theme. I just think it looks a bit boring. and the carts don't look great when they're going in. We can swap to like Donkey Kong in the background if we want. Just a bit of novelty. But yeah, I like the off theme there. Mega CD, so that's one of my favourites here as well. So we've got the original loading lights as well, so the animations on the loading lights are the same as the original console. And obviously the tray opens and shuts. So you can see a lot of effort and time has been put into this. Amiga CD as well, this is a great one. We can see the disc spinning underneath, and that's unique discs every time as well, so it's actual discs that we're seeing spinning. Yeah, pretty cool. 3DO. I might come back to this one in the future. I'm not really happy with the way this one's turned out, but yeah, still pretty cool. Again, original loading lights as well, tray animations. I really like the Jaguar one. So I had to track down, like using social media, like people that had the original hardware. So the Jaguar CD, I couldn't find any graphics whatsoever. So I usually scour YouTube and look at repair videos, and that's how I get the animations done. So when the tray opens and closes, like that closed and open state, I usually just pause a YouTube repair video, screenshot it, and then like take the background out and animate it all using a track mode. I couldn't get any at all for Jaguar CD, so I tracked down a whole bunch of people. I ended up finding somebody on Facebook, and he kindly agreed to take pictures to match this kind of layout. So yeah, without him, I don't think this would have turned out as nice. But yeah, this is his actual console from his home. So these are the pictures that he's took that I've just animated in for CD animation. Really nice of him. But yeah, you can see when we swap between the CD accessory and just the default Jaguar without the CD add-on, we're obviously changing that about. So yeah, quite cool. This is the power of a track mode, but a track mode is brilliant. You can swap to disc-only games as well using the Mega menu, or cart-only games. Yeah, just all games where it will cycle between the two. Alright, JVC XI, so this was a Mega Drive, Sega Genesis type console, which combined the Mega CD and the Mega Drive together. So some CD games in here. I could be a while cycling through the menu since there's about 100 games. There's not that many disc ones, but like the Jaguar system, it will swap between the CD tray animation and the cart animation on the same menu interface. So you don't necessarily need to come in defaulters to see this, but there's just not that many CD games, so might be cycling for a while to show you that without using the defaulter menu. Sega 32X. So yeah, a real nostalgia vibe here. Sega Saturn, so I was really unhappy with the way the original theme turned out, so I'll show you that quickly. I just didn't like it at all, it was horrible. So I decided to come back and redo this one lately, so I ended up with 3 themes. So I've got the default theme here, which is quite nice, but I think my favourite's actually theme 2. Got theme 3 as well. Again, manuals and system details and related systems, top sellers. So yeah, tons of details on there. The PlayStation, Virtual Boy. This is one of my favourites as well. I thought it didn't seem to go down too well on YouTube, but yeah, just the theme choices are quite cool. That best theme here as well. That's the same desk that's shown in theme 1 in the background. And we've got an alternate view. Nintendo 64. Dreamcast, one of my favourites as well. So you see the controller shows the logo on it as well here as we're cycling through. Quite nice. We got theme 2 for us as well. This is one of the newer ones.
It's nice to get the lead.
PS2. So this is where the system details kind of end. I've still got to go through and finish all the system details. PlayStation 2 is partially done, I've got to finish it, but yeah, for all the later systems I've still got to add these details in, so I'll add this as an update in the future, and we'll get the handheld system details in there as well, computers and so on, but yeah, pretty cool. Xbox, this one is absolutely fantastic, I love this one. Original menu recreation here. The meta details in some of the systems are shown differently, so like the meta details on PS2 would just show like this, which is the default view for most systems, but like some of the custom menu systems, if you were to press the X button for meta details, would show them differently. So yeah, that's kind of recreating the OG menu. Yeah, pretty nice. Right, GameCube. So I think we'll revisit this one. This one's a bit boring. We'll see if we can get like a CD loading animation stuff and a theme in the future. Xbox 360. Another cracker. This is the NXC theme that's used in all games and genres. It's a take on the original NXC theme for Xbox. Obviously it's not identical, but it's just a take on it. And again, this has got like your custom meta view. And again, we show what the players, the controller images, is the amount of players for the game. So it's a 2-player, this one's a 4-player. We can put wheel reflections on or off. PS3. So for the more modern consoles, I've kind of changed the wheel menu a wee bit, so we go with the box view here. Nintendo Wii. So this is an absolute cracking one. This took a lot of time. So you can see that the CD's loading, got the original light animations, the controller lights as well. The menus, recreating the original menu, I've got the accurate time and date. We can see the meta view as well, which again we show the controllers based on the amount of players. So this is a 2-player, this is a 1-player, this is a 4-player. Yeah, really cool. Use box. EU. And if we want to see the meta details, they show on the actual handheld console part here in this theme. And if you look at the handheld as well, the controller moves as well, so it'll go left, right, up, down. PS4. So I've not got many PS4 games added. Switch. This is another OG menu recreation. So I've tried to make this as close to the original Switch as possible. See the controller moves left and right as well. That's a meta view. We can press up and make the video full screen as well, but pretty cool. We can go to theme 1, which will give the cart animation. I've defaulted on theme 2, but just to try and keep the room feel. PS5, so I really like this one as well.
We need your help!
This is no ordinary.
Alright, and that's consoles. Let's quickly run through computers. Scum VM. Xerox Alto, so this was one of the first computer systems that could play games. I think it was the first actually. So this is going way back. So you see like the themes are kind of going into the eras. This was in the 70s. MS-DOS. So yeah, computer ones are some of the early layouts, so they're not as advanced. I was still learning as I was making these. Commodore 64. Amiga. You see the wee cannon fodder clock in the bottom right. Shows the current time. Sinclair Spectrum. That's one of my favourite ones in the computer section. And the light goes on and off as we navigate the games. Old Russian computer system. Going with the Russian themed desktop. Then Flash Games is the last one.
Same old cycle.
Alright, so that's the computer section. We'll jump into handhelds quickly. Show you that. So, Lynx is one of the new systems added. Got a couple of theme options here, so we can go to the launch console. Two different types of consoles. One's EU, one's US. I forget which is what. Alright, so a few wee theme options there. Game Gear. I quite like this one. Game Boy Color. Neo Geo Pocket. So this one I'll probably come back to. It looks horrible, this menu, but this is original menu from the Game Boy Color. So this is what it looks like. Controller moves left, right, but we'll maybe come back and fix the desktop to look a wee bit better, the desk itself. Game Boy Advance, using the grid layout to navigate. So yeah, this is the beauty about a track mode. You can basically do whatever you want. So you see, like for all the themes, we change quite a lot of behaviours. Pokemon Money, we have a wee ruler on the right to give the accurate size. Oh, looks like we've got a wee bug here, so we'll need to come back and fix this in the showcase build then. The media is not copied across properly. PSP. So this is an original game menu recreation as well. quite nice. If you look very closely on the left, you'll see the buttons move as well. It's hard to notice because it's so subtle, but they go up and down left and right. That's took ages to build this one. 3DS. So I came back and changed this theme. So I did a lot of the handheld ones I revisited them because they weren't always that room themed. So yeah, this was like had fan art in the background before. You'll see it's the video plays in the top and the bottom like the original 3DS. Quite cool. PS Vita. So the controller moves left and right and up and down. And then we've seen the Switch. Switch sits in the handhelds and the consoles menu. And then lastly, the Game Boy. There's a couple of themes for this, so I came back and revisited this as well. This was the original theme, but like I said, I wanted to give the nostalgic theme to all the handhelds, so quite a lot of my handheld themes were like very basic like this. So I've revisited it, gave a couple of options. This is the default theme. Then we have the desk theme as well. That all sides one, which was the original one, just to show all the sides of the handheld console. Which is the only reason I've kept it, and then the Fake Boy layout as well. Alright, so that's handhelds. Game Pass, we showed earlier. Magazines. So yeah, all the different types of magazines. Again, you can add in your own here if you want as well. Got a wee Nokia phone, using that as the navigation menu. And then if we were to load the magazine, it would load into a magazine viewer app so we can navigate through the magazines. Generic magazines. Cool. The collectables we showed, didn't we? So alright, and we'll quickly show the arcade. So the arcade is the only thing that's not going down the nostalgic route for theme layout, because that's also quite difficult to do when you don't always have cab artworks for all the different types of arcades, and if we were to recreate them, there's not enough time in life to recreate all the original arcade consoles. Alright, so I've not got all the arcade systems in here. I've started on it. I'll be working through this over time. You can take your arcades in two different approaches, so you can either just show the games, or you can show the subsystems. Or you could even from the main menu, you could just load right into a games view of them all, so this might be like 2,000 games or something that shows here instead of 8 systems. So you can do whatever way you want in attract mode. I've went down a mixture of games and systems, so you see here Kyoko, we load into the games view, so 6 games for Kyoko. Wherever we have cab artwork, we show it on the right. If we want system details, we press the Y button. Yeah, pretty basic layout. It's showing the fan art in the background as well. This is a subsystem view, so where we have subsystems for an arcade system, so Namco for example. I took this approach where I show all the games and a nice wee layout up front. So you can do it whatever you want. This is just the approach I've taken, and we can jump in and see it. So quite nice. Name, I've just shown all the games. So we'll add stuff in, like we'll parrot and all that in the future, but just now I've just got a few arcade systems in here. If we go into Sega, you'll see I was working on getting all the subsystems broken down into Sega. I think I've got about another 10 to get through, but yeah, it's quite nice. You can go through and view all the different Sega systems. Electromechanical stuff's quite cool, so if you look at Periscope, you'll see the artwork changes here. Same for punching bag, it'll show us the back of the punching bag machine. And it'll cycle through to the front. Yeah, quite cool. Let's see. Maybe we'll got one of the newer ones like Ring Wide. So these are quite nice because artworks for the cabs are a lot better for the newer systems. So the layout looks a bit better. But yeah, I might revisit the arcade layout in the future. It kinda doesn't blend in with the rest of the theme, I don't think, but it's alright, not too bad. Alright, and then the last thing I wanted to show was the genres. So yeah, all custom artworks here. I'll cycle to the start. Right, so starting off the highest rated, so they have like this fan art here, and we've got custom discs acting as the genre options. So yeah, this took ages to do because I had to create a lot of logos and artworks for it, and background arts and videos and stuff. So I'll cycle from the fan art to this 4x3 grid system, and it's a 3x3 for some systems, depending on the resolution of the consoles. So for more modern systems, it's wider videos, so you see less of them. Yeah, we can go in through the highest rated. So highest rated is any game that's 4.5 or above out of 5. You can use our mega menu here as well. Filter by different types of highest rated games. So we can go into platform or puzzle games, for example, or sport. These are my favourites, are most played. Let's come out of that. Most hated. So this is anything below a 1 out of 5. So there's not actually that many. I've no idea why Mad Dog P, which is a fantastic game, is rated as a 1. I don't know what metadata I've put for that, but yeah, I don't think that's accurate. I would definitely not rate Mad Dog P as a 1. And then the years, so 70s games. 80s games, it's a whole raft of these. 90s, and then modern games is basically anything from 2010 upwards. So your higher end graphic type stuff.
This is not just
Press R2 to pick a random game here. Yeah, you can see like the systems here are more modern, so it's Switch, Wii U, DS, Windows, Game Pass, and so on and so on. Alright, I'll not go into these, so 1-player games, 2-player games, and then these are like all the genre types, so we can go in through all the action games. The mega menu is really useful here, because we can add our own custom filters. So if you've got our absolute favourite games in different types of genres, we can add in our own custom filter icons. So you see here I've got my favourites highlighted, like Bayonetta, Darksiders, Devil May Cry. Some of these aren't my favourites. I've basically took the most popular games from each genre and created filter icons for them. So Tomb Raider, couldn't care about, to be honest, but it's a popular game in that genre, so I've created a filter icon for it, and as you can see, filtering under that will show all the Tomb Raider games. God of War, for example, shows all the War games. Adventure. So again, all our filters. The Leisure Suit Larry one. Zelda. Yeah, pretty cool. So the genre menu I use a lot because it's great for getting the types of games that you're most interested in, and then maybe like quickly finding stuff that you want to play. Beat 'em up. And again, it's then it's in theme here, so we'll maybe add a few theme options in the future, but I've been so busy just adding systems and working on graphics, I haven't had the time to do other default themes. Board games. So again, some filters. Casino. So yeah, you get the idea. Management, education, flying games. And what you can do as well is you can tag stuff, so like if you had a shoot 'em up appearing under flying section, and you didn't want it to appear in flying, you wanted it appearing shoot 'em up, you can press the T key and it will create a tag, so you could say shoot 'em up, so you could tag this game the shoot 'em up, and then it would no longer appear here, so yeah, you can do that quite good. Fighting gun games, so a raft of gun games. We need to add some more modern systems because a lot of the Technoparrot stuff I don't have yet. So Virtual Cop, one of the best gun games ever. Horror, life, music. We've got a wee custom animated filter on this one, so we just that. So cool. The subgenres are really useful, so like pinball for example, we don't have anywhere but few pinball games on the front end other than in genres, so rather than like add a pinball section to the main menu like most people do, I see it more as a genre. Obviously you've got different pinball systems, so you can come in here, you can view the pinball games, but you can also like filter by systems here, so we might want to run the pinball M or pinball FX for example, and as you add in your different systems you can have them appear here. So my main build has like 5 systems in here, so it's got like FX 1, 2, 3, pinball arcade and all that. So yeah, you could filter into pinball M for example, pinball FX. Or we could just view all the games, and all the games might show other systems like gaming and so on, or pinball games from like consoles. Quite good. The platformers has got quite a lot of filters. We'll show this quickly. So yeah, all the favourite platformers. Say we want to play a Mario platformer, we can come in here, see all the Mario platform games that we've got available. The sports section is really useful for the subgenres, so let me show you. So we come in here, every type of sport we can filter by, so we want to see baseball games, we want to see darts games, football management games, hockey. Any type of sport at all, maybe Olympics, softball, all things, we've only got one softball game, American football, soccer, there's a soccer, so yeah, really good, really helpful for finding stuff. So the last section we've got to show is the game collections section. So game and music videos seen in the background for each one of them. These are all unique themes. 3 of them done by Tankman, the rest by me, so Sonic, Mario and Halo, all fantastic ones. Were done by Tankman and the rest were done by me, so let's start off with Halo. Really nice theme. That's meta. Resident Evil. Mario. Sonic, this is my favourite one of the lot. So I still need to finish the icons for all the Sonic games, but 28 done so far. Really nice. XCOM. Yakuza.
Let's make it epic.
You can see it's all the games I like. But you can add your own collection themes too. Because the genre menu has a lot of sub-filters for game types, the collections kinda isn't really needed, but it's a nice wee extra. And I'll show you what I mean in a second by that. So yeah, Yakuza's nice, and then Fallout. So the wee Pip-Boy, and then if we select again, we get the door opening. Yeah, pretty cool. Last one, Gears of War. It's a wee bit choppy just now. I've got like 100 bloody apps opened on my PC. Right, and what I was meaning is the reason we don't really need a collection section, I think anyway, but I like adding collections anyway as I've got time, is the genre section. I've got so many subfilters, there's not really a need. So like I was saying, if, I don't know, say we're in music and we want to see Just Dance games, for example, which you could kind of say is a collection. We just use the filters, and then we've got all our Just Dance games. Say we're wanting all the Mario platformers, and I guess the only thing is that Mario might go for multiple genres, so it doesn't give you that. But yeah, I think these are just as useful. Cool, so that's it. Thank you, and I hope you like it.